Hello and welcome to Innovate Leader Podcast. This is a platform where I share tips, ideas that could inspire your perspective as a leader. So today I want to talk about the power of calling out greatness in others. I want to give just a brief story of my life, and hopefully that will then help us to get the perspective around it. Throughout my life, I was very comfortable being in the top 5 tier in any space that I find myself in extracurricular activities, in academics, and so on. I remember early in my childhood when I used to be a good footballer, and there's a coach who actually called me out and told me that you can actually represent this team at regional and national level within the country, and he actually gave me the platform to do that. I remember also in my primary life, there's a teacher who actually called out greatness in me in terms of speaking, and he gave me a platform in a debate club. And at first it didn't go well because I was speaking very fast, but then he still gave me a platform to represent the school, and we ended up in that year that I represented the school, moving to the national level, representing a school at a national level. And same way in academics, in my primary life, there's a teacher who actually called out greatness in me. In my high school, the same. There's one of my class teachers who called out greatness in me from the first term when I entered that school, and I ended up becoming the top student, the first one for the 4 years that I was in that school. And that continued when I started my career. There are leaders who actually called out greatness in me and gave me a platform to become a team leader, and that really opened doors for my growth in that organization sevenfold. By the time I was leaving 8 years down the line out of that organization, I had moved to a level of senior management, and I can tell you more and more and more on that. Even in my education, in terms of my PhD, I remember in 2020 there's one of my professors who actually called out the greatness in me and told me that you can actually represent the class as a class president. And it has been a transformational journey with the class to where I am today, almost just closing up and finishing my program. And I can tell you, if it wasn't for all these leaders calling out greatness in me, possibly I would be comfortable in terms of the spaces that I was. And I can tell you, I did not disappoint any one of these leaders who actually called out greatness in me. And I've reciprocated that in all the teams, the engagement that I've had. I've called out greatness in others, and most of the people that I've called out greatness in them today, and some of them are watching, could attest to the fact that they are where they are in their leadership because of someone who called out greatness in them. And some of them even replaced me in the different spaces that I was in corporate leadership. So where am I heading with this? Who are you calling out? Their greatness. Because if you call out people in terms of their greatness, then you're empowering them, you're giving them a responsibility, and you are planting a vision in them, and most of them will not disappoint you. And this is how you'll be glad that you're reproducing leaders. You're reproducing leaders as a leader. And I can tell you that I do that for my children in my family, and a number, they're coming out, the seed that I've planted in them, they're actually taking up the responsibility and the vision, and they're running with it. So don't hold on to your greatness, but call out greatness. Don't be a selfish leader. Don't be selfish. Call out greatness in others. Thank you very much. My name is Gilbert Tangana. I'm a leadership and organizational behavior coach and consultant, and the CEO of Ascent Leadership Group. I hope I've added value to you.